Hi folks, and welcome to the number two of our weekly catch-up. I'm Liam Galvin and I'm here with
Yvette Rowland. Welcome back. Is it number 2?
It's number 2. This is a long-running series and hopefully we might get to number 3 if people watch it. You never know. So this thing is just about getting to know you much better and you getting to know us much better. It's about what we've been up to, what's going to come up on the channel. And we want to encourage you for subscriber questions if you've got anything that you want to ask. And
Got
we will.
A few, haven't we?
We have one or two, yes, but we're also really from next week, as we've only just started, are going to go through all of the comments that are on the channel.
And the abuse.
And all of that, and just go through it and pick out our favourites, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So, folks, we're going to start off, as all these other shows do, we've never done this before,
No,
we're going to go on, it's sponsorship.
Yes, we are looking for sponsorship. And we never really thought about it before, as we said last week.
No.
And then we saw that everybody else was doing it.
Everybody.
And we're like those children that go, well, if they're playing with the ball, I want to play with that ball too.
Yeah.
So we want sponsorship, don't we?
Yeah, if you want to sponsor us, you want us to wear a particular T-shirt. We wouldn't just wear it on this particular show. It will be on every single thing that we put up. We'd either wear something or we'd punt your business or whatever, because we've got a lot of viewers.
Or if you've got a little promo that you want us to play before each interview, each bit of filming, absolutely happy to do that. So please get in touch if you quite like what we do or really like what we do, and you can offer us sponsorship. We would be very grateful.
Is there a prize, like a date with you or something, a day out or anything like that? Or what?
No, it's a day out with you, actually.
Well, that's it. Don't
let that put you off, though.
Don't bother, folks. There's no point in it. All right. Okay, we're moving on. So a bit more about us. Last week we told you about the fact that we did our first ever programme was Mad Frank, about Mad Frankie Fraser. But then we went on to make a load of DVDs, didn't we?
We did. We went on to do a true crime DVDs.
What were we called?
We were Gangster Videos.
Gangster
Can you believe
Videos.
Who came up with that stupid title?
Gangster Videos. So we did Mad Frank, then we did the Crazed Geordie
Yeah.
Connection, then we did Dave Courtney's Dodgy DVD, Dave Courtney Even Dodgier.
Roy Shaw.
Yeah, Roy Shaw.
Two with Roy.
Roy Shaw Brute Force, Roy Shaw Fight School. We did Kaz Pennant and all that. It was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, we really had a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we did Jimmy White, didn't we?
Yes, Jimmy White, the one
We
and only.
followed Jimmy White, went to Ireland.
Yes.
Oh, that was great fun. No, we met Jimmy in Ireland, didn't we?
Yes, we
because
did.
at the time you were doing filming Joe Egan.
Yes, that was another DVD.
Another
that we did.
DVD, and Joe was bringing his mate Mike Tyson over to Ireland. That's why I got confused.
Yeah. Did he spar with Mike Tyson?
Did he spar? Well, he never likes to talk about it.
No, we're only kidding. We love Joe. Joe doesn't mind us taking a minute because Joe is one of our greatest friends and we love him lots. So we will talk about that a bit later, about some of the things. So which was your favourite DVD that you made?
Oh, that's not fair because...
No, we didn't. We haven't
because
rehearsed
I tell you
this.
why. No, we haven't rehearsed this. I tell you why. Well, it's like a lot of stuff that we do. Like two old actors. No, because we're friends with
But the experience. What was the most experience?
Probably Joe, because...
Yes, I'd say so. Yeah.
Because when we went to Ireland, we were, as well as obviously going into Dublin, we went to like a small town, and I do remember Mike Tyson, meeting Mike Tyson at the airport. Obviously not me personally, we were all there. But I remember that...
But can I just interrupt? We didn't go to the other place in Ireland with Mike Tyson. We went with Sugar Ray Leonard. So do you remember we went down to... Yes, we actually didn't go down. The story of this is...
No. Okay, right. I'll tell you my favourite then.
Right,
my favourite then was Sugar Ray. You see, I can turn...
She knows a lot about boxing, folks.
I can turn on a sixpence.
Yeah.
I think what it was, both experiences were just incredible because Joe made it so, didn't he?
Oh, he's wonderful.
So with Mike Tyson, what was wonderful was taking Mike to have a chat with Joe's mum. So we went to the care home where Joe's mum was. It's not like a care home as such.
Yeah, it's basically a sort of a place they look after older people, but they all live together.
Yeah, and they were all playing bingo and things like that. And of course, Mike had talked to her over the years since he was a teenager.
Yes.
And she used to make these care packages for Mike and send them over to America when they were teenagers. So that was
he remembered
wonderful.
that, and it was very, very tearful.
Yeah.
And when Sugar Ray Leonard came over, he was absolutely wonderful. So what was interesting is we got in the limo with Sugar Ray Leonard to get back to the hotel, and the limo was driven by the monk, who is a very well-known Irish how would I describe him?
It's up to you.
Yeah. Well, he's
lovely
a
man.
Lovely man.
Yes.
Yeah, lovely man. And went out to dinner with him. It's such a long story.
No,
we're not going to go into the whole thing.
We've had a lot of it. Yes.
Yeah. Joe Egan, I would say, is our favourite. And I tell you why I loved it, because I love boxing. I got to meet, in the making of the DVD, which is called Joe Egan and the Toughest Men on the Planet, I met 32 world champions, everybody from...
Did you?
Yeah.
You've never talked about that before.
No. Everybody, from Joe Fraser, Nigel Benn, Steve Collins, Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson. I mean, it was fantastic. And some of the older fighters like Ernie Terrell, who fought Muhammad Ali, Leon Spinks. It was absolutely fantastic.
See, that's your memory of Sugar Ray Leonard, but mine was
yes.
in the limo going. He got out.
Wonderful.
He got out photographs of his family. He was jet lagged, and his assistant, she was great. Remember, she was really helpful. Because often what happens is the assistants or the agents,
they want to keep you away.
Oh, it's such a bore.
Yeah.
They're always like they get a sense of their own importance. They think
they're like doctors' receptionists.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Their job is just to say no and make your life really difficult.
Yeah.
But she was fantastic. But my memory is him just as he was about to leave. They'd put on this big event at the village hall, and there was a dance and everything afterwards.
Yeah.
He was dancing with all of these old pensioners. It was fantastic.
Do you know? Can I just say, when she describes that as a village hall, this man who ran the place, it was actually a very select pub and bar, and he was a very rich man in the south of Ireland, and it wasn't a hall, it was a huge hotel bar.
I'm actually worried about my faculties.
Oh dear.
I've been with you too long.
Exactly. So moving on, you can still see we did 2 DVDs with him, but one is on Amazon Prime and the other one will be soon, and it's Joe Egan, Toughest Man on the Planet, and it's actually all about Joe's story, so we'll put the link in the description below. Let us move on. So what have we been doing? We went to the rally.
Yes, went to the rally in
the
London.
Well, it's not the TR. It was
Unite the Kingdom rally, which was impeccably put together.
Peaceful.
Also peaceful. People having a laugh. The entertainment was great. The crowd were great.
Yeah.
But they were supposed to all meet at Victoria and start walking from about 12:30.
That's right. Yes.
Weren't they?
Yes.
Up to the stage that was set just off Parliament Square.
Yes.
But for some unknown reason,
they left about 11:20.
11:20.
So the police held them all up.
Yeah.
So, but you can watch the footage of that, which has been very popular on the channel. I think it's had 220,000 views or something like that, which is the whole march, and it's from the other side of where the police are. And what was wonderful, that they did pay tribute to the gentleman that passed away a couple of weeks ago in prison, Peter Lynch.
Yes.
And what was interesting is that they actually put my footage of the interview that I did with Peter Lynch up on the screen so it could be played in front of the thousands of people. So that was an emotional moment. Yeah. So, obviously we wish his family well. So some great speakers on there. You had Maya Tuzi. You're a big fan of him, aren't you?
I am, and you actually managed to, not this time, but last time round, you got a little personal message for me.
Yes, you did. Maya did a message for you. And obviously we interviewed. What's great about those rallies is because we know the people. Yeah. So like Richard Inman, we get some exclusive interviews with them. Plus Paul Thorpe, who's a lovely man, we've also interviewed on the channel. So do watch our Richard Inman interview where he talks all about the setting up, how they have to do it, and also about him as a person, because he's a fantastic guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
Richard
he is
Inman.
very brave, you know.
Then they had they screened the film, and then there was some great other speakers on there. Who's the one that you like from Parliament?
Andrew Bridgham.
Yeah, Andrew Bridgham. Yeah, he was on there. Now, what I did, and it's funny because a lot of people online have seen Maya Tuzi go round and go into the other protest rally, which was an anti-Tommy rally around the other side. Maya Tuzi, this shows the difference, folks, why we need sponsorship. Right, Maya Tuzi went around in a taxi, because you have to, the police close off every single street, so you've got to go a huge diversion in order to get round to the other place where they were doing the protest.
And he went with his bodyguards.
So he had bodyguards. He had I think
money for a taxi.
Money for a taxi, because the taxi was about 50 quid. And then somebody online then said, "Don't worry, Maya, we'll pay for your taxi." Now, me, I had to walk round the massive reroute, which was about probably 2 or 3 miles.
Oh
my! By the time I'm knackered, I have to then go into the same place. No
and
bodyguards.
He's not a small man.
No bodyguards, no nothing, and this and the other. And luckily, I wasn't recognised because Maya got chased out, didn't he? By I have to say, it's a completely different atmosphere on those other side and those protests. It's totally. I don't know what the word is. We got to be careful.
I mean, it made you want to run out, except that you're a large lad and you couldn't run. So you strolled out there, did you?
I did stroll out there.
Did you look for Dunkin' Donuts on the way out?
Yeah, I managed to get out, but it was so aggressive. The United Kingdom rally, everybody was fun. They were all having a laugh. Everybody was interacting. They had dancing girls on, didn't they?
Showgirls.
Showgirls. Yeah. Now, can I tell you that Yvette used to be a showgirl? And where were you a showgirl, Yvette?
Well, I actually was asked to be a showgirl at the Moulin Rouge, but sadly I should have gone there. I didn't. I went to Madrid, Valencia, Bilbao, Barcelona. Oh, I was around.
I followed her everywhere.
Yeah.
I was a stalker. She had no idea that it was me following her, was it? No idea. Right, moving on. Where are we moving on? So that was the rally.
Where are your notes?
Right. Oh yeah. Now, certain things we like to do each week. We like to punt various things that are on Amazon Prime that are programs. 2 that were punting we talked about earlier. One was Jimmy White, the One and Only, which was a documentary about Jimmy White. Absolutely fantastic.
That was fantastic. And what was great about Jimmy is that he did allow access all areas. And there is a fantastic it's when they get out of a black cab after a very
limo.
What's wrong with it?
Limo. It was a limo.
It was a limo, all right. You get out the limo. Well, Kevin, his manager, tries to get out the limo, and it's a classic comedy moment.
It's the best drunken fool you've ever seen.
It's worth getting the DVD alone just for that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, in actual fact, they don't have to get the DVD because they can watch it on Amazon Prime of it. Which is what we're punting.
That's what I meant.
So look out for it. It's Jimmy White, the One and Only, and it has every single snooker legend in there from Ronnie O'Sullivan, Stephen Hendry, who's all the other ones? Everybody.
Yeah, because we were at the Crucible, weren't we?
Yeah, we were at the Crucible.
We were everywhere, weren't we?
It was absolutely fantastic. He's a great guy, and his manager, Kevin Kelly, what a laugh that man is. And of course, Hurricane Higgins was in it.
Yes.
Oh, blimey. I went out for the evening with them. I met them at the Dorchester, and then we went off to this restaurant, and Higgins just kept punching me all night. He was very frail, so I was all right, but he was punching me. But, we had a long chat.
Did you meet Ronnie Wood as well?
Yeah, we met Ronnie Wood. He was staying at the Dorchester, and they all went out. Oh, I was hobnobbing with the stars.
Oh, you were. Now,
forget it.
Now you're asking for sponsorship.
How
the mighty have fallen.
Oh, dear. All paid by the credit card. And also, another one to watch on Amazon Prime is Jason Mariner, football hooligan. Our great mate Jason, who we've known for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
I know he kind of divides opinion, but we love him, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
He's been very loyal to us, and he's always looked after us in terms of, seeing how we are. When I wasn't particularly well, he looked after me and everything.
It was brilliant.
And so that is still going out there on Amazon Prime, another streaming channel. So do watch that. And this week, which you will see coming up, or you may have already seen this when this comes out, the 75th episode of Jason Marin, It's Only a Game.
But you only look 22.
We've done 75 podcasts.
Is anybody actually watching you?
Yeah, thousands of people watch it.
Fantastic.
75, he's fantastic, Jason.
And it's funny, when you take a couple of weeks off, two, people write in, don't they? And they're always saying, where's Jason? Is he all right? Is he all right? Somebody wanted a crowdfund for him, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they thought he wasn't well.
Well, he wasn't well, actually, for a few weeks. But fantastic guy, Jason Marin. Now, what else have we got? We need to plug the audio podcast, because we've only really just started doing that in the last few months. So you can watch us, British Gangsters, on Spotify, Audible, Apple, and this and just type in either Liam Galvin or Yvette Rowland, and it will come up. And we did Kelly McLean last week.
We did. Yeah. And who have we got coming up?
Peter de Freitas.
Oh, Peter de Freitas, because
fantastic.
People love listening to Peter on our
we did a very long, in-depth interview with him, talking all about Nigel Benn, Gerald McClellan, and the behind of that fight. Yeah. And he also does a bit about the Essex boys and everything, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's supposed to have had a fight with one of them.
But he explains the reality of it.
Yeah. So he's a very complex intelligent guy, knows absolutely everything there is to know about boxing. You may well have seen, the interviews on our YouTube channel anyway, but if you haven't, you can listen to it on the audio. So very well worth watching. So other highlights coming up, and don't worry, folks, we're almost there.
Yeah. Is anybody still listening?
You are, yes. We'll start doing this live, and then you can start having a chat.
I can see you with your dog. It's just one man and his dog now.
Yeah, oh, right, okay. This week, it may already have come on when you see this, Sully Al-Haji, who was the Falklands veteran. What an interview that was. Absolutely fantastic. If you're interested in the history of the Falklands. But this man who fought there takes us through the entire battle that he was involved with, the whole walking across the Falklands, the 40 mile, I don't know if it was 40 or 80 mile walk all the way, actually having to take this position. It was brutal and moving, and so this is in two parts, and the first part talks all about that Falklands. What a hero, well worth watching. The other thing is what we're doing coming up on Saturday.
On Saturday?
Frank Portinari.
Yes, Frank.
Yes. So ex-UDA, ex-Spurs football hooligan, also does the Camden tours. Where it's like the crime throughout Camden. So really looking forward to that. We're going to be recording that on Saturday, and you're coming along, aren't you?
Early.
It's early.
Oh,
it's
you're
early.
no good. Oh, he's no good early. Honestly.
No.
Oh God, the moan the night before. It's just pitiful. Oh, and
yes.
What are we doing this afternoon?
Oh yeah, this afternoon we have got our local Reform candidate, Eddie, who's coming around. He's going to tell us what it was like, going through the election, what Reform are going to be doing, from now on. Yeah. Is there a bit of a split now between Reform and UKIP? We might get him onto that. We don't know.
We're going to ask him what Ben Habib is thinking, because Ben is very vocal at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, and if you like Ben Habib, we've done about 3 or 4 interviews with him on the channel. So we get around.
We do.
We get around.
Despite what people say.
Yeah, exactly. So sponsorship, watch our audio thing, watch our YouTube. And look, I tell you, we really appreciate you watching or listening to us. We really do. So we're going to be back with number 3. Do you think we'll get to number 3?
Oh, it's touch and go, really,
isn't it? Will we pull it? We don't know.
We might pull it. Yeah, it might be tragic. No, I think two old actors, as long as there's an audience, it doesn't even have to be human. No. We'll keep going.
We will. We'll see if we can outdo Jason. He's 75. Yeah, he's on 75. This will be our second one. Who knows? Yeah. Okay, folks, so we have said we want some subscriber questions, and we will actually be going through all your comments and this, that, and the other. We'll probably start doing that next week. We did have a couple slip through. One, what's his name, is John, I can't read this, John Riley. He says, how did you two get together? And why are you with him?
Well,
and does he need a hair transplant?
The second question, I have no idea. I'm doing my bit for it's like a care in the community sort of thing. I feel, you know what I mean? We're all doing our bit. We are. And how did we meet?
Nightclub.
A nightclub.
Do you remember when they used to, folks? Do you remember when there used to be nightclubs?
You could afford to go to one.
Yeah, and you could afford to buy a drink, and people used to go. Studio Valbon.
And you could park your car.
God, that'd be ridiculous.
Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days.
Oh, we could really
Studio Valbon. That's when I first met her.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Was just by Carnaby Street. That was a great club, wasn't it?
Oh, that was really good fun.
Yeah. Do you remember people like Chris Quinton who used to go in there? Chris Quinton, you remember him from Coronation Street? He was a boy. He used to go around and about. And
don't go off on one of your tangents. I've heard that. I've heard all the stories, and I can't even nod politely anymore.
Yeah, we did meet in a nightclub, and we did say we were going to meet again because I was dating someone, and so were you.
Yeah, that's it. And Liam turned round. He was taking his girlfriend back home, and he turned round.
She was nice.
She was very nice, wasn't she? I liked her.
Yeah.
Why didn't you stay with her?
Mad.
Anyway, and he turned around and he said to me, "I'll meet you again." And I just said, "Yeah, I know you will." And that was it. It was very bizarre.
Crap line, wasn't it? Really, but it all worked out in the end, and that's why we're now here. Have you got any questions? Is there any? Sorry,
it's my face showing what I'm really thinking.
Any questions on that?
Any questions?
What did you think of? Do you think I should go for the hair transplant?
Somebody's saying that apparently when you talk to Jason every week, you insist that you used to be on the terraces.
Yes.
And they want to know for which side.
So it was Tooting and Mitcham.
Tooting.
I was the Tooting and Mitcham Boot Boys. So actually, folks, that I can't fight my way out of a paper bag. It's all a myth. I just say
it's our female moth.
That's right. I just say that as a bit of a laugh. I can honestly say I've met a load of football hooligans in my time, but I have never partake. Although I used to go and watch Brighton down at the Galston ground. Any old Brighton people who watched this, you remember the Galston ground before they got rid of it and got into their new ground? I remember being rushed by the Millwall there at the Galston ground, but that was when I was young and I could run.
Okay.
Now I can't run.
Well, how about this one?
Yeah.
Alan Roberts, he says, who is the toughest man that you've ever met?
Oh my God! I don't know. You can't pick them out. You're going to offend somebody. They're all tough guys, and this, that, and the other. But I can't say. I mean, Roy Shaw was obviously very tasty, in his scenario. And I do remember us being rather scared when we first went around to meet him. We hid down an alleyway. We didn't hide. We waited down an alleyway.
No, come on. Yeah. We sat in our car.
Yes.
In a small road.
Side road.
So we didn't hide in an alleyway. We were in our car in a side road because we were early. Yeah. And
there was a bit of trepidation though, wasn't there?
We were nervous. And I remember turning to you and saying, why are we doing this?
Yeah, that's true.
And you went, it'll be fine.
And you know what's funny about it, folks? Roy was wonderful. Did we say this last time? He talked about his beauty regime.
Yeah, because I asked him about how come he didn't have one line on his face.
No, he looked great.
And his skin was amazing. So then he did. He went through his beauty regime with the ice cold water every morning, putting his head under for about a minute or something. Like, I mean, God Almighty.
Well, the dogs were a bit frightening.
They were very frightening. He had 3 Rottweilers.
Yeah.
And he did actually have them at a word, didn't he? So when he opened the gate, we didn't know that he had such great control over them.
No, running towards us.
Yes, they were. There was that moment.
Great man, Roy Shaw. Love him. We'll talk about him more in another episode. All right, folks, we'll see you next week. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Liam Galvin, and this is the lovely
Yvette Rowland. See you next week.
Ex-showgirl dancer, folks.